Yeah. Hello, my name is Andy Pollock. I'm president of the LGBT network, LGBTQ plus network in the South Coast. And we are doing a Reflections on Faith, which is a series that we've had for our 2021 Pride. And with me today is Reverend Karen Anderson. Welcome.
Hi.
The Unitarian Universalist Church in New Bedford, correct?
That is correct. Although just over a week ago, I got married. So I am now Reverend Karen LeBlanc.
Hey, all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, the Unitarian denomination has been very much in the forefront of LGBTQ rights in the past. And can you reflect a little bit about that, what your denomination and specifically what your church has been involved in the past?
Well, as you probably know, we hosted Pride Cafe for many years out of our church. Your Joan Stratton was a great help there. She'd been around, I remember it had to be 20 years ago now, her doing, coming to speak at our church at a Sunday service to talk to us about trans people and what the difference is. And, just having, and she's certainly not the first trans lady that we have had in our congregation, or trans man, or kids. We seem to attract, because we're so welcoming and open and diverse, and that we appreciate diversity. People feel very welcome and comfortable in our church. And to us, it's just a great opportunity to find a deeper understanding of each other. So we had Pride Cafe there. I know that we've hosted other different events at our church, upstairs and downstairs. I was kind of bummed that the Pride Cafe moved, but I'm glad that they expanded into, what that became with the teenagers getting involved and so forth. I just think we've always done a really good job of being welcoming and making people feel safe and comfortable. And just like anyone else, making sure that they don't feel like they're standing out, or they're so different that they have to feel weird. They just get treated like everyone else. And I think that's mostly what everyone wants.
Yeah, sort of the ideal, isn't it, that we strive for, just to be treated like normal people.
Yeah, go figure.
Strange. So the building is phenomenal. Can you describe a little bit of you have a Tiffany mosaic, right? That's
Indeed.
right behind the pulpit. Plus the structure, it looks like a Gothic English church.
Yes, it is a Norman Gothic structure, and it certainly looks like a giant castle in the middle of downtown New Bedford, and it's pretty much exactly what it is. So the church itself was built in 1838. 40 tons of granite went into it. At the time, that was actually our third structure in New Bedford as a congregation. We had two buildings before that in 1838. So, but this was the big one. The original building, and we have this information because we can see where the original seating arrangement was, because pews used to be deeded to people. They would buy them. So it's in our records that the building cost about $44,000 to begin with, and they raised almost exactly that much in the first year when they sold the seats to be able to pay for the whole building outright. Wow. Which is fairly amazing. So yeah, and it's got we have the Flentrop, the Tiffany mosaic is just a marvel to behold. We had someone in there yesterday who had never seen it, who was an art student, and said, why isn't every art student at UMass being brought through here to see this? It's incredible. So that was installed in 1901 by the Prescott family. And it's it's enormous, and it is so beautiful. Everyone thinks it's a gorgeous painting when they walk in, and then they're just floored when they actually see that this is a mosaic made with tiny, tiny pieces of beautiful Favreau glass from Tiffany. And we're told that this mosaic was made by women because Tiffany hired women for their small hands to be able to put these mosaics together. Quite phenomenal.
Now, you also have a long history. When you look at if I'm not mistaken, if you're facing the pulpit to the right, there's a listing of all the reverends. And it goes back to 1708.
1708.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Right. Yeah. Sam West was our first minister, and the list goes on the back of the church because we only had so much room in the front. But we have, our history in our church is so unique, and it also contains some of the biggest names in Unitarian history for ministers. John Weiss, William Potter. These were like big, heavy hitters in early Congregationalist stuff in this area and further, and just amazing. I'm personally wicked happy to be on that list.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Must be humbling and thrilling all at the same time to be there.
Indeed. I feel like I'm in very good company anyhow.
So what's going on currently for LGBT folks? If I were to walk into the Unitarian service on a Sunday, what would I expect? And are there LGBT folks there?
Well, we have been closed all year.
Okay.
Because of COVID. So you wouldn't be able to get into the building on Sunday, but we've been doing online services. But starting in September, we will be open again on Sundays, and we will be very happy to be open again on Sundays. And there you will find a very diverse community of people, and they're all welcoming and very cool. I have to say, I got a bunch of the coolest people in my congregation. I swear, young and old, just fascinating people. It's what brought me to this denomination to begin with. I started off working in the kitchen on Sundays at that church 20 something years ago. And, was just meeting these incredible people going, what the heck are they talking about in that sanctuary that draws these people? So I took a Sunday off and I went to a service and I said, all right, I'm quitting the kitchen job and I'm going to start going to church. So, and here I am 25 years later, the minister, 6 years.
That's great.
But it's always because I grew up Catholic, and sometimes you feel so very restrained, and in your being able to speak and how you act and how you look, and I don't believe anyone should be afraid to go to their church because they feel like they might be rejected. We don't have any theology or dogma that says that, LGBTQ plus people are anything but absolutely just people that are perfectly acceptable to come into our church and be part of what we do here.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, you have a great reputation and a wonderful history that is unique for this area. And you're going to have a new neighbor.
That's right. We are so excited to have the LGBTQ plus network coming in across the street. I think it opens up so many doors for both of us. Like I'm really looking forward to working with you guys.
Well, we're thrilled. We're thrilled to have a supportive congregation right next door.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful view out the window of your magnificent structure, which I thank you for. It looks like we're in England, looking out at a beautiful cathedral. Do you have a message for, it's Pride Month, and we're doing a lot of things virtually this year. Next year we'll be in the park and doing other things. But do you have a message for us for LGBT folks who are kind of questioning spirituality or questioning faith or questioning whether they should attend church or not?
Well, I'll tell you that we are, I'm sorry about my dog. Okay. We are a community of spiritual seekers. Okay. Because you're a Unitarian doesn't mean you can't be an atheist, a pagan, a Buddhist, a Jew, a Muslim, whatever. We don't care how you believe as long, or what's in your heart, as long as what's in your heart is good. Okay. We want everyone to be on a path together to support each other spiritually. We are non-dogmatic. We don't throw any theology down your throat. We just want you to be there with us as friends as we go through this journey of spiritual discovery together. And it's that camaraderie and community that brought me to this church, kept me at this church, and brought me to where I am. So, my message is we love you. We love you, and we want you to be part of our community. Come in, please. Come, whoever you are. Wanderers, worshipers, lovers of leaving. That's one of our hymns from Rumi. To give you a small example of the diversity of how we practice at the Unitarian.
A poet, if I have to say.
Yes, that's right, the poet Rumi. So we welcome everybody, and not only do we welcome it, we encourage diversity. We want to be a diverse congregation, and not just, gender and sexual orientation, with color and so forth. We've been a very white church for a very long time. And it's hard to get people of color to come in. A lot of people, they have their own church. And I hope it doesn't reflect on us that we don't have nearly as many people of color that as we love to have. It's just one of those things that I think a lot of people don't know how accessible we are and how welcoming we are. And with a history as long as a church like ours, sometimes it can be hard to get over that history in a lot of ways. We were the rich people church for centuries. This is the church that whaling built, that the whaling captains are how we paid for those stones to build that building. So for a long time, people thought that it was the rich people church. And, even one of my congregation members, Maggie, said when she first came to New Bedford, she said, oh, people told her, you don't want to go to that church. That's just for the rich folks, which is a complete fallacy. Yeah, it was for the rich folks 2 centuries ago, maybe a century ago, but no, we're all, just poor New Bedfordites over here trying to folks. Yeah, right. So I'd like to, squash that rumor that we're the rich people church just because we have a castle. We tell you how much it costs to have a castle in the middle of downtown New Bedford. Which of course we struggle with. It's hard. It's a big, beautiful building, and it costs a fortune. Can imagine. Yeah, wish I'd welcome a couple of whaling captains money right now. But yes, we want everybody to be included. That's right. It. Young and old, no matter who you are, we are people of purpose and not people of judgment. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Oh, that's a wonderful quote. Well, we thank you for spending some time chatting. Happy Pride to you. We hope to, I'm sure that we'll be seeing you soon. And I want to thank everyone who's been listening to this, and just keep on thinking about, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? That's right. Important thing. That's right. Because some people are not as accepting as we like, doesn't mean that it's not a good thing. So just keep that thought going. Absolutely. Well, happy Pride Month to you and yours. And you come on by our church, walk our labyrinth, hang out in the yard. I know we're going to be doing that a lot with the center. So we're really looking forward to that. Great. Thank you. We're looking forward to it too. Thanks.